Happy Monday! Hope you're all well. We are going to start on the floor today. So sitting cross-legged, getting comfortable. As always, we've done a few hippie flows, but I'm actually going to do another one today. I really struggle with tight hips, so it's nice to be able to focus on the hips a little more. So sitting cross-legged, and just push the heels away from you slightly so you've got your shins parallel to the front of the body. Sitting tall, and just let the backs of the hands or the wrists rest on top of the knees. Closing the eyes. And just take a few moments to take in your surroundings, outside noises. Taking a few moments to feel how the body feels, how you feel. And gradually start to bring your focus now to your breath. Try not to change the breath. Don't take a longer, deeper breath. Just observe your natural breath. And just follow it for a few moments. Do you naturally breathe deep into the chest? Do you naturally breathe deep into the tummy or the sides of the body? And now I want you to start to lengthen the breath. So try breathing in for 5 counts and breathing out for 5 counts. And just by counting in your head, it just helps ensure that both the inhalation and the exhalation are even and that you're not holding one longer than the other. And now start to send your breath down into the stomach. So as you breathe in, feel the stomach rising, expanding. As you breathe out, feel it releasing. And I want you to try and remember this breath. So where possible today in our flow, try and come back to this breath as much as possible. So let's start to bring a little movement to the shoulders. Roll the shoulders all the way up to the ears, down and back. You can do that a few times. Staying with that breath, try not to change it at all. Once more, all the way up, all the way back and down. Take the hands behind the back and just interlock the fingers. Draw the hands as far down to the floor as possible. While staying upright, be careful not to lean back. And really squeeze the shoulder blades together as much as possible. Really open up into the front of the chest, into the front of the shoulders. Try tucking the chin towards the chest. See if the hands will draw down towards the floor a little bit more. Again, breathing in for 5. Breathing out for 5. Starting to release. Release the shoulders off. Take hold of the knees now. We're going to start to draw circles around the hips. So nice and slow, nice big movements. Whichever direction you want to go in, because we'll do both. Just remember which way you're going. Allow your whole body to move around the hips. Really feel the hips waking up. Go around once more and then we'll change direction. Going the other way. Just go round 5 or 6 times. Using the breath to guide you. So again, breathing in for 5. Breathing out for 5. Slowly coming back to center, sitting up tall. Let's inhale, stretch the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor and allow the forehead to release down. So don't worry if you don't come down too low, just go to where the body feels comfortable. Keeping the hips down towards the floor. Don't let the hips lift. We're going to walk both hands over to the left side. Forehead releases down. And just make sure that that right shoulder doesn't lift up. Keep squeezing the shoulder towards the ground. Keeping the shoulders parallel. And then take the left hand all the way out to the side of you and just roll the right arm over the top. So we come into a side stretch. Really pull that right shoulder back. Open to the side of the body. And breathe deep into the rib cage. Open up those intercostal muscles. And then slowly roll all the way back down to the floor. Come back to center. Let the forehead release down. Slowly lifting. We're going to change the legs over, so take the opposite leg in front. And then when you're ready, just walk the hands all the way back out. Keeping the hips towards the floor, forehead releases. And this time we're going to walk both hands over to the right side. So walk both hands over, forehead releases down. And just make sure, as you're over on the right side, make sure that left hip stays down. Don't let the left hip lift. And then take the right hand out to the side of you and roll the left arm all the way over, opening up through the chest, breathing deep into the rib cage. One more big breath here. Big breath out and just slowly roll back to the front. Forehead releases. See if you can go a little bit deeper now. And then slowly lifting up. Okay, let's take the legs out in front of us. So pushing the heels away from you, toes lift up. Pull the seat bones out so you're nice and comfortable. We're going to interlock the fingers and we're going to start to draw circles either towards or around the feet. So when you're ready, so we inhale as we come forward, exhale as we draw backwards. So breathe in for 5, breathing out for 5. So it's nice and slow and allow the body to move with the breath. As you're rolling forward, you're starting to feel that stretch onto the backs of the legs. So you're just warming up those hamstrings, warming up the calf muscles. As you roll forward, you can let your head release towards the legs. Once more round, and then change direction, go the other way. You can close the eyes as well. Feel the body moving slowly. Connect to the body and the breath. Once more, all the way around. And then coming back to center. Let's lift the right leg. So bend the right knee. Keeping the foot just like a fist gap between the foot and the leg. Can't speak. We're going to hug the right knee with our left arm and we're going to twist round to the side of the room. So you're taking the right hand behind the hip, Lift tall through the spine. And keep pressing through the left heel. Keep pressing that left heel away from you. Slowly release. Extend the leg out, bring the left leg in. Same thing on this side. So sitting tall, hug the knee with the right arm, and then gently twist to the side of the room. Really feel the spine lifting up as high as it will go. Lengthen through the spine, creating space. Breathing deep into the tummy. And then slowly release. Let's make our way then over onto our hands and our knees. So into your tabletop position, spreading the fingers nice and wide. We're going to tuck the toes under and come into our hover. So keep engaging the core muscles, so feel the belly lifting. The shoulders nice and broad. And all we're going to do is lift the knees off of the floor by 1 inch or so, and it will all look exactly the same as if your knees were on the floor. So we don't change the position, all we're doing is lifting, holding for a couple of breaths. So big breath in, big breath out. One more breath here. Slowly release. Take the hands forwards just a little. And we're going to push back into our downward facing dog. So push the hips all the way up and back. And just start to walk through the legs. Bend one knee and then the other. Really pressing the ground away from you. Spread the fingers wide, press into the fingers, the knuckles. And we're going to roll through the body, so lift the heels, tuck the chin to the chest, rolling forwards into your high plank. Let's lower the knees to the floor. We're going to lower the chest all the way to the ground. So squeeze the elbows behind you, lift into your baby cobra, and then slowly release. Tuck the toes, push back into your downward facing dog. Let the head release between the arms, so your gaze is towards the knees or the thighs. You can try closing the eyes. Follow the breath around the body and just be still for a few moments. Looking to the hands, just slowly tiptoe the feet to the front of the mat and release into your forward fold. So keep the knees soft. Take hold of the elbows, let the forehead release down. And just let the whole upper body hang forwards. Let the whole upper body release against the tops of the thighs. Releasing the arms, take a big breath in, reach all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale the hands to your heart center. So let's start to move through our flow. So inhale, extended mountain, stretch up tall, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, come into your forward fold. So releasing forwards, forehead releases to the legs. Inhale, lift halfway. You can bring your hands to the shins. Squeeze the shoulders back and draw the crown of the head forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right leg all the way back. Come into your low lunge. So the hips sink down, arms lift up. Can already feel that being super tight in my hip flexors. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, hands come to the floor, step the left leg back. You can lower the knees if you want or keep them lifted as we take our first chaturanga. So squeeze the elbows to the sides of the body, a bit like a tricep dip, and then lift, upward facing dog, push back, downward facing dog. Pausing here, settle the breath. Lifting the right leg, three-legged downward dog. Push the heel up high. Step the right foot to the right hand. Lift into your crescent lunge. So we bend into the front knee. Push the left heel back behind you. And then when you're ready, let's step all the way to the front of the mat, into your mountain pose. Let's do the other side. So inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back this time. So a big step back. Take the knee to the floor, untuck the toes, and come into your low lunge. Let the hips sink forwards. This side feels a little better than the other. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hands come to the floor, stepping back and taking your chaturanga, knees or toes, so we lower halfway. Lift into your upward facing dog. Push back into your downward dog. Still spreading the fingers wide, push the hips back and let the heels sink down. Let's lift the left leg this time. Three-legged downward dog. Heel pushes high. Step the left foot to the left hand. Lift into your crescent lunge. Keep pressing that right heel back. And then when you're ready, stepping to the front of the mat into your mountain. So inhale, extended mountain. If you want, you can take a slight back extension. So lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Long, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. You can hop or step back to your plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Looking to the hands, hop or step forwards. Forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Hop or step back. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pausing here. Settle the breath. Nice strong arms, strong shoulders. If you want to take the stretch a little deeper in the backs of the legs, try lifting the toes in front of you. We're going to lift this time the left leg, three-legged downward dog. So press the heel up nice and high, nice long leg if you can. And then step the left foot all the way under you, opening the right arm to the ceiling. Try and reach up tall. And then slowly lower the hips to the floor. So we're coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So when you're ready, walk the hands out in front. You can come down to your elbows. Draw the crown of the head forwards. Toes are lifting. If you want to go all the way out, you can. I'm going to stay here with my tight old hips. And then slowly lift up. Let's bring the left foot into the thigh. take the right hand behind the hip, reach the left arm up to the ceiling, and we're going to reach to the outside of the foot. So you can allow the forehead to release down. And as you're leaning forwards, just keep pressing that left thigh away from you. So squeeze that left thigh out nice and wide. You're going to get a nice stretch into the lower back here as well. And then slowly release. Come back so the legs are nice and wide. And again, just fold forwards one more time. Take yourself forwards. Take a big breath in to lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, see if you can sink down a little lower. Slowly lifting. Take the left hands behind you. Lift the hips all the way up. Reach the right hand to the ceiling. And then take the right hand to the floor. Come back into your downward facing dog. I'm going to change sides. So we're going to do the same thing now with the right leg. So lift the right leg, three-legged downward dog. Press the heel up nice and high. And then step the right foot all the way under the left. Lifting the left arm up to the ceiling. Really lift up high. And then slowly lower the hips down. So the legs are wide. They don't have to be too wide. And then when you're ready, walk those hands out, either to the elbows if it's comfortable, or keep them lifted. Press through the heels, and if you can, try and rotate the hips out still, so rotate the thighs. Keep the knees facing upwards. Slowly lifting. Bring the right foot this time into the thigh. Left hand behind the hip. The right arm reaches up this time. And we're going to reach to the outside of the foot or the leg, wherever the hand wants to rest. And just allow the forehead to release down. Enjoy the stretch. Big deep breaths. Slowly releasing. Take the leg out wide again. Lifting tall through the spine. When you're ready, walk the hands out. Come back into that forward fold. Almost feel like your seat bones are pushing out behind you as you fold forwards. So you're really emphasizing, I can't say it, folding forwards through the hips, through the pelvis. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, try and go a little lower. Slowly releasing. Let's take the left hand behind us. Lift the hips up. Reach the left arm to the ceiling. And then take the left hand to the floor, stepping back into your downward facing dog. This time, right leg lifts, three-legged downward dog. Bend the knee and draw the foot across to the opposite shoulder. So we're opening the hips here. Try and push the knee up to the ceiling if you can. Step the right foot into the middle of the hands. Open to your warrior two. So we're squaring the hips, shoulders to the side. Bend into the front knee. And remember to keep those shoulders soft. And then just look down. And in front of the knee, you should be able to see your middle toes. So you're making sure that that knee stays out nice and wide. We're going to now turn the right toes to face in. And we're coming into our wide-legged forward fold. So really tuck the toes in and the heels are the furthest part of the body. Bring your hands to your hips and we're going to come down slowly. So fold through the hips, not your back. Keep the spine drawing forwards. And then take the fingers or the hands to the floor, whichever feels comfortable. If you need to keep the knees bent a little, you can. And then if it's comfortable and your hands are to the floor, just walk the hands back in line with the feet and let the forehead release down. Again, the same as when we're seated, so feel your seat bones now pushing up towards the ceiling and allowing the upper body to just fold forwards. Let's lift halfway, so walk the hands out a little so the back is nice and long. Left hand comes to the middle, right arm opens up. So we're creating a nice long line from one hand to the other. Really squeeze that right shoulder back. Big belly breaths. Breathing in for 5. Breathing out for 5. Start to release, come to the other side. So right hand to the middle, left arm reaches up. See if you can look up to your fingertips. And then slowly releasing. Bend the knees a little as you start to lift up. We're going to interlock the fingers behind the back. So take a nice hold, squeeze the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulders back, open the chest, and try and draw the hands down towards the floor. So pull the hands away from the body. We're going to come into our forward fold and see if you can take the hands over the top with you. So if it doesn't feel comfortable, have your focus on pulling the hands away from the body. Don't have your main focus in trying to draw the hands as far over the head as possible. Just keep squeezing the hands away from the body. So really squeeze those shoulder blades together. And slowly release the arms. Take the hands to the floor just to help lift you halfway. Bend the knees and slowly lift. Turn the right toes back to the front. Bend into the front knee, come back to your warrior 2. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, take the hands to the floor, stepping back to take your vinyasa flow. So knees or toes, lower to your chaturanga. Lift into your upward dog. And then push back to your downward dog. Nice big breaths. Let's come to the other side. So this side, left leg lifts. 3-legged downward dog. Bend the knee and draw the heel to the opposite shoulder. So we're opening the hips. Pushing the knees up to the ceiling. And then step the left foot into the middle of the hands to your warrior 2. Lifting up, bend into the front knee. And again, just press that left knee back a little so you can see your middle toes in front of the knee. When you're ready, let's come back to the front. So turn the left toes to face in. Let's come into our wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, coming down. Releasing all the way down. This time, we're going to walk both hands over to the left leg. So take hold of the outside of the leg, the ankle or the foot. Let the forehead release down. And what I want you to focus on here is you're releasing over to the left side. Really ground down into that right foot. So press into the outside of the right foot. And just making sure that we keep the weight even in both feet. Start to release, walk the hands over now to the right side. So getting comfortable, placing the hands to the leg, ankle or the foot. And again, release the head down. And then really ground yourself into the left foot this time. Press into the outside of the left foot. Slowly release. Come back to center. Bend the knees as you lift yourself up. Turn the left toes back to the front. Come back to your warrior two. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hands come to the floor to take your flow. So we lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pausing here. Feel the belly lifting. The belly lifts and supports the lower back. Shoulders are broad. Looking to the hands, hop or step the feet forwards. Release into your forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale the hands to your heart center. Taking the hands down by your side. Let's come down to the floor. So roll back onto your mats. Take the knees into the chest and just gently rock from side to side. Go as far over as you want, or it might be that you don't really move very much. Just wherever feels comfortable for you. Let's take the feet to the floor, and I want you to take the feet out wide. So try and take the feet out to the edges of the mat if you can. Both knees are nice and tall. And we're going to lower the right knee, only the right knee, so the left knee is going to stay tall. The right knee is going to lower all the way into the middle. And we're just going to squeeze the knee down towards the floor, so you're getting that nice stretch on top of the hip. So just pause there for a moment. Squeezing the knee down. Not too hard. If it feels uncomfortable, just ease off. And then slowly lift. Let's do the other side now. So the left knee, only the left knee, draws down towards the right heel. Squeezing the knee down towards the floor. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, see if the knee will go a little lower. And then slowly lifting up. Take the soles of the feet together and let the knees go wide. You can keep your hands on your belly or take the arms wide, whichever you prefer. And just close the eyes and become a little still here. So we're going to squeeze the knees out to the side. Squeeze them wide as much as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Focus on your breath. We're going to do that again when you're ready. So squeeze the knees out wide as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Let all your muscles relax. We're going to do that one more time. So when you're ready, squeezing the knees out as wide as you can. Go on, really press them down to the floor. If you want to, take your hands to the tops of the legs and just help encourage them out, just gently, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly release. Let's start to lift the feet towards you, but keep the soles of the feet together. And if you can, either reach towards the ankles, or if you want, you can interlock the fingers around the toes. Try and draw the feet towards you and press the knees out to the side. So the same as what we were just doing a second ago, really, but we're holding on to our feet. Let the shoulders be soft and just let the weight of the arms draw the feet towards you. Just gently squeeze and encourage the knees out to the side. Hug the knees in towards you. Gently rock from side to side. We're going to roll to one side and make our way to a seated position. Again, bringing the soles of the feet together. Again, same thing now, but seated, so you can hold on to the ankles. You can hold on to the feet, so you can press the thumbs into the soles of the foot. Or you can interlock the fingers around the toes. And just get comfortable. You can have those heels as close towards you as possible, or if you want to have them away, whichever suits you better. Lift up tall through the spine. Shoulders are soft, and just close the eyes. Breathe deep into the belly. And when you're ready, start to release and just cross the legs. Lift tall through the spine. Rest the hands on top of the legs, the knees. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, feel all tension releasing from the body. Again, big breath in. Big breath out, releasing all the tension. Once more, bigger breath in this time. Breathe in as much as you possibly can. Keep breathing in and a big breath out. And just sit quietly for a couple of moments. Just allowing your natural breath to flow around the body. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Keeping the elbows, the shoulders soft. Lightly press the palms together. Press the fingers, the knuckles together. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bow the forehead to the fingers. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Namaste. Thank you. I was trying not to laugh a little bit at the end because my niece keeps coming up to the door going, "They're not finished yet."